Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we went into the Tavnazian Sacrarium to find Pso'Xja. And we went through the Sacrarium, we got all the keys that we needed, and we unlocked the inner reliquary and found the statue of Pso'Xja that the Tavnazians had discovered, or someone had discovered and the Tavnazians had acquired. And then we got some visions from it about, I think, Pso'Xja and Diablos was in there, and Yevnoil. And then we kind of got found. And so we now need to head back to Tavnazian and see what happens. So that is kind of where we are at. So let's head back to Tavnazian. And I think it's going to be home point 3 that we're going to want to go to. Yes. We need to go talk to Dispatchier. All right, go cutscene. He spoke with the abhorrent god of chaos. What more evidence do we need? It all makes sense now. Why else would Bahamut choose Tavnazian as his place of return? It's all because of this girl. She's the origin of all of our troubles. Perhaps it is even her fault that the beastmen first converged on Tavnazian 20 years ago. Grandpa, it's unfair to blame Pso'Xja for all of Tavnazian's misfortunes. It's because Pso'Xja's heart is pure. That is why she was not controlled by the evil after touching the statue of Pso'Xja. So he did such the foolish thing to save our nation. Why can't you understand that? Save our nation? How am I to believe that this after what I have seen? If the Marquis had remained, the cathedral theologies would have discovered the true reason behind the child's existence and the terrible things she is planning. Forgive me, Altana. I should have revealed everything to Nagmalada. It was my mistake to conceal what I knew to protect our city's image. It could have possibly led us to the truth about the true intentions of the abhorrent one. Ampere, have you forgotten what Cardinal Mildarian told us? He told us Pso'Xja may have been born the abhorrent one, but that she was reborn through the power of Altana. And perhaps we should question the loyalty of Mildarian C. Guillemé as well? What were her intentions? I have recently heard rumors that the Sandorian Cathedral is attempting to capture her. Who could have told you such things? Who the hell are you? Louverance. Let me introduce myself. My name is Louverance N. Mestal. I have been listening to your exchange for the past few moments. This knight has been dispatched by the order of the Sandorian Cathedral to search for the missing Cardinal Mildarian. He arrived here via a duchy airship. Louverance? I recall hearing that name once before when I visited Sandoria. Yeah, we've run into him. Ah, you must be the one who visited Madame Hilary. You're already aware of the details of my mission? At the close of the Great War over 20 years ago, the cathedral reliquary was robbed. Mildarian C. Guillemé is believed to have been involved in the theft of a large number of scrolls and scriptures. It said that this loss ultimately drove the reigning Papask, Mushaval P. Pso'Xja, to his death. This is why the Sandorian Cathedral is adamant in locating the Cardinal. Miss Mildarian, you've got to be kidding. I know neither of her guilt nor innocence, and that is why I have been searching for anyone who remembers her. It looks as if I finally found someone who can give me some useful information. Let me take the girl. I can see that her presence has been quite the burden on you and your people. Well, if this is what the cathedral desires, I am not one to stand in its way. Grandpère. Olmia, don't worry. I was beginning to think it's about time everybody learned the truth. I've got to do something, or people will continue to doubt and hate me. Preach, but Deliverance. As much as I'd like to take you up on your offer of a free cruise to the kingdom, I'm gonna have to pass. I've got to go to the Northlands with these guys before I can do anything else. Like they say, a promise is a promise. Yes, we must hurry to the Northlands to assist the Junoan diplomat Nagmalada. The future of Vana'diel rides on this crucial mission. I understand your orders, Sir Luverons, but there are more important issues we must first address. You are working with Nagmalada? I see. I offer you this suggestion. Come to my airship and tell me what you know of Cardinal Mildarian. When you have answered my questions, I shall personally fly you to the Northlands. I can assume that I, too, am welcome aboard your ship. As a messenger from the Eastern Dynasty, I request an audience with the royals. Royalists? Understood. I will be waiting at the Sea Lion's Den. Lady Prish, I am pleased to find that you are a woman of understanding. Now, make your goodbyes and hurry to the docks. Alright, so we need to head down to Sea Lion's Den. Just head to the home point and teleport downstairs. Tabnazia, I think that's home point 2, yes. Alright, Sea Lion's Den is to the south. Alright, and we just touch the iron gates. We should get another cutscene. We're departing shortly for the Sandorian Cathedral aboard Sir Luverons' airship. I asked if you might accompany us, but they answered me with a hearty no. However, you need not worry. Tuna, I will not take an eye off of Lady Preach. And if, by chance, Sandoria breaks his promise and refuses to release her, I will do everything in my power to rescue the fair lady. However, if there is one thing we must worry about, it is the amount of time we are losing with all this sidetracking. We can only hope the boy is not too far ahead of us. The ship is about to leave. Let us all aboard. Where is Lady Olmia? Is she not accompanying us? I spoke with Olmia earlier, and do not feel that she possesses any information of use to the kingdom. She is to remain here on the island. The elder Despachier would not even allow her to come see us off. He is quite worried about his granddaughter, isn't he? Yes, I sense we're to encounter much danger in our journey ahead. It is better she stays here, for her own safety. Though she's not coming, I guess this means I'll never see her again. Lady Preach, we all walk but different paths in life. However, if those paths point in the same direction, there's a good chance that they will cross once again. Yeah, but to tell you the truth, I'd rather spend the next few weeks with Olmia than I would with you. Lady Preach, these are some opinions better left unspoken. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Don't go falling off a cliff or getting eaten by a buffalo or anything, because I won't be around to save your butts. Oh, there's Olmia. Wait. Huh? What? Take me with you. I still may be of some use. I haven't yet told you of the song I learned from Cardinal Mildarion. I feel that song may be an important clue into solving the mysteries that lie before us. Interesting. Very well. You may accompany us to Sandoria. Did you hear that? Olmia and Preach back together again on the trail of adventure. Preach, I'm so sorry. I know you already know this, but let me say it anyway. I do not have any of the special powers that you do. There is so much that I do not understand. However, there is one thing I do know, and that is that I wish to travel with you and sing your song. It is you who introduced me to the world filled with song, and this is the only way I can repay you. Thanks, Olmia. Now let's get moving. Yuna, we will await you at the Sandorian Cathedral. Yeah, I can make my own way there. Alright, we actually have some other things we need to do. Sounds like that. Somebody with their trusts out. Okay. Alright. A bunch of optional stuff that we could do. Let's see. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to head to Port Bastock. I think any home point should do. All right, Chapter 5, The Return Home. I thought you guys were going to the Sandorian Cathedral. You're in Bastock. Where? Why, this isn't... Huh? This ain't Sandoria. I thought we were going to the cathedral. Smooth move there, Luvi. You look all smart and stuff, but you really ought to get yourself a compass. Come on, admit it. You took a wrong turn back there, didn't you? No, we are right where we were supposed to be. Fast talk. So that was all a ruse. However, we must have arrived slightly ahead of schedule, as we do not see our welcoming party. No, that is of no matter. Let us be off for the metalworks. Alright, so we need to head to the metalworks. Just I mean, I could have just used the home point. I'll hoof it. It's not that long a walk. One thing I do want to do is check my equipment. Yeah, okay. I am correctly equipped because I've been working on Warrior a little bit off screen, so I wanted to make sure that when I switch back to Ranger that I was good to go. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Sid. Of course, I missed that elevator, but this one. Oh. Oh, Tuna, what are you doing here? I heard that you went back to Vana'diel. Did you already meet up with Louverons? There they are. Tuna, how'd you get off the island? Ah, it's Sid. Fish, do you know this man? Master Sid, we were able to return earlier than first planned. I must thank you again for allowing us to borrow such a wonderful bird. The airship has been handed over to the good men at the port. So, how did my CID fly? I bet the ride was smooth as silk and soft as Cerruta cotton. There are still a few stability problems that need to be stomped out, but her speed is far superior to that of the ships in the Armada. Quite superior indeed. It was a wonderful experience. But this adventure in the skies reminded me of how I'm incessantly plagued by terrible luck. If only I had the good fortune of meeting with you sooner, Master Sid. You've got it wrong there, Louverons. You were lucky to meet me when you did. If you had come along any earlier, I wouldn't have been able to help you. The CID was just completed a few weeks ago. While you're the first to ever experience her turbo engines. First. So, did you find this Cardinal Mildarian you were looking for in Tavnazia? Unfortunately, no. The Cardinal has not been back to the Archipelago. I was able to retrieve valuable information on her past from these two young ladies, but I am no closer to grasping her whereabouts. That's not good. What about the Magicite? Were you able to find anything, find out anything for me? Actually, I did learn something very intriguing. However, this is not a good place. Did you say Magicite? You heard me right. You know, you said you were looking for some too, right? I was hoping that you could join me when Luperon tells his story about Tavnazia's Magicite. But first, why don't you tell everybody what we know about the energy source in the Northlands? Alright, we'll tell them what we know. I see. So you've been following the advice of Natarl, traveling to the three nations of Sandoria, Bastok, and Windurst to gather information on the multinational expedition. Yes, we did that. If we can discover where the Tavnazia Magicite brought to Bastok originated, then we'll discover the final destination of our journey. True, but after I told Tuna what I know about the Dark Gem, I did a little more research on my own. When I asked an old friend about the subject, he told me something quite interesting. My Magicite wasn't found lying around in the Northlands, but inside a strange relic that was brought back from the Northlands. A strange relic? Yes, some kind of strange box. According to the priests of Tavnazia, the ancients made the box from some unidentifiable material, just like the kind used in the Crag of Dem. That sounds like the baptismal vessel. Baptismal vessel? Priest, do you know something about this box? Of course, the Tavnazian theologians used that box when performing the baptism ceremony. It should still be in the Sacrarium's tabernacle. I know because I'm the only one who has a key to that place. I've been protecting the key ever since before the Great War, on Miss Mildarian's orders. The baptism ceremony? Then Priest's accident was... Yes, why didn't I see it before? Even though you were deemed the abhorrent one, you still took part in the theologian's baptism. Then, let me tell you this. While in Tavnazia, I attempted to investigate the baptismal vessel for Master Sid. However, I was forced to abandon my investigation before I even began. Just days before I arrived, an officer of the duchy, Nagmalata, broke into the Sacrarium and stole the relic. The vessel was stolen? Yes, those hooded bastards from Juno. They must have learned that I was searching for the origins of the Black Magicite and stole the box so I couldn't get my hands on it. I was so close. Now I'll never learn its secrets. Wait a minute. Priest, you said you knew about the box. What can you tell us? Even the smallest bit of info could help. The vessel's evil. It changed my life, dragged me to hell and back. Priest? We have to get the vessel out of Nagmalata's hands. It belongs in Tavnazia. Priest, wait! There she goes. Priest, you cannot keep going off on your own. It's too dangerous. You know, you mentioned that you and Tenzin had made arrangements to meet Nagmalata in the northwestern tower of Pso'Xja. A great energy in the Northlands. While not necessarily relevant to my current mission, I am intrigued on a personal level. I'll be waiting for you in Bothadine, Tuna. Oh, this doesn't look good now, does it? Tuna, you should probably try to catch up with your companions ASAP. Well, I'll keep trying to find out more about the Magicite. I've still got a few cards up my sleeve. Alright. Need to head out to Bothadine. And head to the northwestern tower. Alright. So, fastest way to Bothadine is via survival guide. Closest survival guide is in Bastok Mines. Home point 1. Oh, one other thing I need to double check before we head out. Oh, I only have 1 prism powder and 1 silent oil. So actually, I need to head back to port. I think the Curio, Moogle, and Bastock is in port. Yep. We need to buy a stack of prism powders and a stack of silent oils. There we go. And then we can head out. Alright, so that is... No, Boragandi, right? Boasting Glacier, yes. Alright, now... we need to head to the tower at F7, which is the one all the way up there. Number 5. So we've got a bit of a ride ahead. Alright, so let me get myself there, and then I'll be back. Alright, and here we are at the tower. Alright, let me get a trust crew out just in case. And we'll go where we need to go here. Oh, cutscene first. Where the hell have you been, Tuna? I've been waiting for your arrival. Did you encounter something unexpected? Never could I have imagined that such a masterpiece of ancient architecture could be hidden beneath these towers. I sense the gates of paradise are within our reach. Louverons, we're not expecting to see you here. Hey buddy, if you come to try to stop me, don't think I'll leave here without a fight. I'm not about going anywhere until I get my box back. I have no such intentions. I am simply here as an heir to the Knights Mistal. What worries me more is the absence of Nakbalata. I assume he is already set off for the 4th crystal. Oh, I assume he is already set off for the 4th crystal, and that is what we must do. Follow me, Phoenix. Follow me. Phoenix will lead the way. Alright. Tank. A healer. A support. And a crazy DPS. Now, I should be able to handle anything down here easily. All right. Is there a stone door in here? No. Okay. And we don't want to drop down any holes, so don't go down there. Yeah, nothing is bothering me right now. Now that snowball I probably want to get rid of. Get up some ninja shadows. Touch this door, we're gonna get attacked. Oh, that stunned me. Wait for the sun to drop. All right, no problem. The trap on the door is broken. Yep, now we can enter the door. Gonna wait for the elevator. And there it is. All right. There's another stone door. Good lord. It's Mother Crystal. The Mother Crystal. Legend says a Vana'diel was formed when it split into 5 pieces. This is one of those pieces. Divine light it emits. This is from where we were born. We are born, and where we all eventually return. Simply gazing upon its beauty soothes the mind and soul. Hey, Tuna, can you hear it? That song, the crystal, it's calling us. That star, you, song yours, someday hope become dreams, our prayers. What was split asunder will once more become whole, complete and inseparable for all eternity. Ah, it's you. Now that all the performers have arrived, the play can begin. Nagmalada. Nagmalada. You slimy thief, give back the vessel. Ah, Tavnazia's precious baptismal vessel? I was amused when I learned how the box was being used. According to the old man, Despachier, all those who entered the faith were required to pledge their loyalty to the Dawn Goddess before this vessel. While not quite practical, it was a quite intriguing use. In this way, even devoted creatures such as yourselves could become subconsciously aware of the power of the box. Not practical? What do you mean? You know what the box is really used for? Of course. As I know the use of that amulet you carry. The amulet? Many millennia ago, the king of the Zillart made that amulet, the testament of affinity, to peer into the hearts of the Kulu. The Zillart were born with the ability to communicate directly with the minds of another. This is called the Whisper of the Soul. However, as centuries passed, some people were overcome by the emptiness and lost this power of communication. Those who could no longer harness the Whisper of the Soul were known as the Kulu. The Zillartian king ordered the production of amulets, such as the one you possess, to contain the darkness residing within these unfortunate souls and open their hearts. And thus, the thoughts of all those who wore one were known by him. That amulet you hold, it was given to you by the Zillartian prince, was it not? And now you have begun using it to further your twisted schemes. Tuna, that boy's been using you as a guide over space and time into a world unknown to him. Using you to guide him to the Mother Crystals? Oh. And that's why I can see what he sees. However, it seems as if he made a poor choice in guides. It took too long for you petty adventurers to reach the 4th crystal, let alone the first 3. Thanks to your incompetence, I had enough time to obtain this box, as well as find out who you really are. It was you who brought an end to our era, you who betrayed us. You, Celtus. Though you bear the mask of the Kulu, you betrayed your people and the trust of the Zillartian prince. Though you have inherited the will of the slumbering gods, you betrayed them as well. And though you were born of the Mother Crystal, you now plot to betray her. My heart yearns to know why you have chosen the path of traitor. However, that answer can wait for a later day. The answer I seek now is that to a different question. Tell me. Tell me where you obtained the power to control the emptiness. When the attempt to open the gates of paradise failed and Alteo was destroyed, why did only you survive? What happened that day? What did you see and what did you learn? What unspeakable powers do you possess? Silence. No answers, Celtus? And the only option left to me is to force them from the emptiness inside you. Fish. Drop kick. Stop. Behold the true power of the Eye of Altana. Behold the transformation of emptiness into magicite. Did you forget, Celtus? Now answer me, boy, unless you want to be ripped apart from the inside. Tuna, don't lose this. Come on, Celtus, stop thinking and start talking. Tell me what to say. Tell me what to sing. What? Because their minds are connected through the amulets. That star is you, and the song is yours. And someday that hope will become our dreams, our prayers. Shine forth, star of hope, let your song ring out across all of Vana'diel. And what was split asunder will once more become whole, complete and inseparable for all eternity. Is he trying to answer me? Is it only that I cannot hear him because I have lost the whisper of the soul? Vana'diel. Vision. I bring these two children who no longer hear the whisper of the soul. The boy on the right is Celtus, the boy on the left is Nagmalada. I beseech the blessings of the king before the commencement of our journey to the city of the Kulu. Thou hast nothing to fear. Those who receive the blessing of the king may abide in the city of the Kulu without worry or care. We have made a pledge to the dawn goddess, Altana. We shall make haste in discovering the cause of thine illness, and return to a world with neither Zillart nor Kulu. The whisper of the soul has grown quiet for thee. I asked for thy trust. Thou must live this before. Believe in the honesty of people as thou did when their thoughts are open to thee. Oh, Graviton. The living immortals have finally been born amongst the children of the dawn. Why dost thou seek to show us this vision of paradise? This heavenly garden the Zillart believed to be the goal of all on Vana'diel. What are we waiting for? Graviton, all of us, we should strive for that perfection. If we behold that vision, we too can understand what they are aiming for. We can join with the Zillart and be whole once more. This senseless conflict between us will end. Eltus. What is wrong with all of you? You have nothing to fear. Diabolos is... It's too late, Celtus. We have already fallen. Our hearts have been stained with corruption. It cannot be. Dawn Maiden Yvnoil. What are you doing here? It is forbidden to enter this place. Like Malata. Why dost thou, Akulu, work for the Zillart? Lady Yvnoil? This battle has gone beyond the point of salvation. The killing, the lies, the mistrust, we are no longer capable of understanding one another. It's all the fault of the terrestrial avatars. Oh, this is not Malata. It's all the fault of the terrestrial avatars. They are merely using the foolish Kulu to force the king of the Zillart to keep the gates of paradise closed. And then there is that traitor, Celtus. All this blood has been spilled as a result of him breaking his promise to you. Thou dost yet believe in me, Nagmalana? Thou dost believe my words, my pledge to return this world to a place with neither Zillart nor Kulu? Lady of Noil, they are calling me a traitor to the Kulu people. However, I never once considered myself to be one of them. I never once considered my actions to be a betrayal. I have returned to your side. That is all I have done. I will never betray your trust in me. Even if thou discovers I have betrayed that trust? Lady of Noil? Not only thee, I intend to betray all the Zillart. It is because I... And we are in a Promethean zone. Yuna. Where are you? Oh, that's Tenzin, Louvrons. Help us. The mysterious amulet has been returned to you. You cannot remember when exactly, but you have obtained the light of Vozel. Alright. Yeah, we have no map. Now we have to do a whole bunch of work here in Promethean Vozel. But I think that is as far as we're going to go today. This is going to take a while to clear this. Probably. So we'll save that for next episode. Alright. But for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.